What's up everybody, I'm Abatage, and this is just a little update on the channel. Because I've got to the stage now where I've started getting a feel for the kind of videos that I want to do and the videos that I like to do, and it's kind of continuing on from my last update. And I've actually made some notes. See, that's a piece of paper. Yeah, and so I just wanted to talk about a few things that I want to do and a few things that I'm going to keep doing and that sort of thing. So this is kind of what the channel is about in a way, but I guess to begin with, the main thing this channel is about is having fun with video games, because it's a gaming channel and I do it because I love playing games and I like editing videos and that sort of thing, and I have a lot of fun with the whole process, and primarily that is why this all exists and why I do all this. And yeah, it's perhaps not for everyone. I'm not trying to, you know, be a big journalism type channel. Maybe one day I'll take it more seriously, but at the moment I'm just enjoying playing games and putting them up and sharing them with people and getting people's comments, and thank you very much to those who have commented and watched and, you know, talked to me on Twitter and that sort of thing. It's fantastic, and it's really fun to share this sort of thing and have a good time together and reminisce about some old games and that sort of thing. But yeah, basically I've got into the rhythm of essentially a base kind of standard for what content I'm going to be putting up. I'm really enjoying Goddess, and I'm going to keep doing those throughout the development of the game, and even after the game's finished I think I'll see what the final product is all about. And you know, that's the whole reason I backed it, is because I thought it was such a great idea and such a great company it's coming from. And so yeah, that's one of the main things that I like doing, and essentially that and the adventure games. A lot of them are shorter kind of series, they're only about 6 episodes, something like that. I might start doing some longer adventure games, but it all depends on, it's kind of a balance between how much time I have to record and how much I want to, you know, record the game and then come back to it at a later date next time I have time to record and that sort of thing. Because I do tend to record adventure games in batches, like I'll play through the whole game and then just cut it up into episodes and put them onto the channel. But I've got a few adventure games I want to try that are probably going to take a lot longer, and I'm quite excited about that. And one of them in particular I want to try, which may or may not happen, I've got to really see if I can do it and if it's going to be worth doing it, is an old game called Under a Killing Moon, which is part of the Tex Murphy series of adventure games. And they were very ahead of their times at the time, but these days they're kind of very old and they look quite shitty and that sort of thing, but they're pretty good stories and they're a lot of fun. So I might be doing that anyway, but I've got some others to do before then, and yeah, that's just kind of what's going around in my head. But essentially the daily content of the channel is going to be switched between Goddess and adventure games. So one day there'll be an adventure game, the next day there'll be Goddess, and then the next day there'll be an adventure game, and so on and so forth. And that'll be the regular everyday kind of content, because I'm really enjoying doing that stuff. And in the next month I'm going to be away for a little bit, and then there's Christmas and then all that kind of thing. So they're also the kind of series that I can record ahead of time and have coming up on the channel regardless. So even if I'm away, I can schedule some stuff and have some content up there every day, which is something I'd like to have happen. So that's basically the very, very base level kind of what'll be on there. If nothing else, there should be either a Goddess or an adventure game on every day. So that's a good start, I think. I've also been really getting into more Assault Android Cactus, which you've seen a few videos up, and I've been trying to just, for the fun of it, get better scores on that, because it's a real challenge to get those higher rankings, like the S rankings and the S plus rankings. And I'm not the best at the game, so as far as I'm concerned, an S ranking is pretty good for me. Like, especially on some of the harder levels, it's damn tough as nails to try and get an S ranking, let alone an S+. So, because I'm spending a lot of time playing that game, I thought, why not create that sort of content as well? And so I'll be putting up Salt Android Cactus videos kind of regularly, but it depends on how well I do and how difficult it is. I've got a few backed up that I've recorded, which are S+ runs and S runs, and I'll be editing them together and putting them up here on the channel, just as something cool to look at, and it's such a cool game, and I really enjoy it, and it's really worth supporting, and it's a great early access build, and yeah, it's just continually getting better and better. So I would definitely like to kind of take part in that and add to the whole deal of that game, the whole community. There's a nice community around for Salt Android Cactus, on people who are trying to outdo each other on their rankings and on the leaderboards and that sort of thing, and it's actually quite fun to get into. So you expect to see more of that as I go through that. I have been doing the one-shots, as you will have seen. I'm really enjoying those. They're great for just like a one-off video. I'm like, hey, I really enjoy playing this, or I think this is interesting, or I think it's worth doing a video on, or it's got potential, or it's kind of a bit shit, or whatever. So I'll keep doing those one-shots because they're a lot of fun without having to commit to a full series. And as I'm sure you know, my time is split between a day job and doing this in my spare time, because this is really just a hobby. So it's not anything I can dedicate, 24/7 to. And if I could do that, then I'd play a lot more of each game. So one-shots are a good, fun way of having a look at a game and talking about a game and showing some support for a game, and how much I like it, how much I dislike it, that sort of thing. And I like watching those sorts of videos, so I'll keep making them. But they're a bit infrequent, I guess, because it really depends if there's something I'm playing or something that comes along that I want to do a video on. So I'd like to do maybe a few one-shots every week, but it could be up or down. Like you see in the last few days, I've done a few one-shots all at once because they were part of the Gundamonium collection, and that's a trio of games that I absolutely love. Check out the channel to see them. And I've played for a while, so I really wanted to do those because, as far as I'm concerned, they're just fantastic and they're so much fun. But then there's other ones like the Mighty Quest one that I did was kind of to have a look at it at where it's at this point in time. Like I might do another one down the road because they're still making it, and it's got problems and it's a bit hit and miss for me. And I think that stuff's interesting to talk about as well. But those one-shot videos will be kind of hit and miss, as far as some weeks there might not be many, some weeks there might be a few more. It's kind of an infrequent schedule for those. It's more just when I have time and when there's games that I'm playing that I think are interesting for one reason or another. It could be because they're a little bit shit, could be because they're really good, or could be a mixture of both. Chances are it's probably a mixture of both. So the other thing I wanted to say is the race days, which I talked about in my last update video, they are still going to happen. I've recorded a few. I'm still kind of figuring out what the best way to do them is, and I still need to find the time to do an intro and all that kind of thing. So I like, doing the little intros like I did for Twin Stick Tuesday, or the one-shot intro and that sort of thing. I'm playing around with After Effects and different sound effects and that sort of thing. So they're still going to happen. Again, they're going to be very infrequent because they're more or less just a fun thing to do every now and then. Like I really like racing games, and I don't want to do like a full racing game playthrough because I think that's a bit
30 seconds left.
A bit, boring. Really. So I'm gonna do like odd races here and there from different games. So it'll be a full series of racing related stuff, but it might be, say, a look at one track from a particular game, or it might be a look at one type of race from a particular game, or it might be just, hey, I'm felt like doing this. Let's do it, and yeah, see how it goes. I mean, for the race days, it's not really. Again, I'm not a hardcore player when it comes to racing games. I'm more of a casual player. Like I play them on easier difficulties and that sort of thing. So I just like to play them and have fun, and they're a blast, and they're good and they're fast, and you have to think and you have to do things and you have to have a little bit of skill just to do a bit better than shit. But they're not something I'm going to hardcore focus on. Like I'm not going to become this racing channel which is all about the racing and that kind of thing, because I just play them to have fun. And going back to the beginning of this update, the whole point is to have fun. So yeah, come along and have fun with me, and I hope that you enjoy the content I'm putting up. It'll keep coming up. Like I say, there's some more adventure games that I want to get into. I haven't got anything recorded at the moment because I've been kind of low on time, but I will be getting something up in the next few days for the next adventure game now that we've finished Another World, which was... Another World was cool. That was a cool game, and especially thinking it's 20 years old, that was rad. And I hope anyone who watched it enjoyed it as well. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. There'll be regular content of Goddess and adventure games. There'll be some random Assault Android Cactus kind of higher rank runs as I try and improve my scores on that. There'll be some more one-shots, which will be just random games that I feel like playing, like new and old. I've got one up for tomorrow, or well, depending on when this comes out, it might be the same, but it might be today. I don't know. But yeah, I've got a few of those in the mix, and other than that, that's pretty much what I'm going to stick to at the moment. Yeah, I feel like that's enough work for me at the moment, as far as I have enough time to cover that sort of stuff. But if I started doing other things, or there's other ideas I have for series and that sort of thing that I'd like to do one day, but I just don't have the time at the moment. So if you like what I'm doing, it really help me out, and if you can watch the videos, check out the other videos on my channel, check out different series, see what's going on there. I'm trying to keep them all into nice little playlists, so check out the channel page and you'll see what playlists I have. I'm also going to check out different competitions as they come up, because there's some cool competition winners out there, and that's how I got onto games like Assault Android Cactus or Lily Looking Through, or that kind of thing, is from playing through competition winners and going, hey, that's actually really cool. I'm going to see what they're doing further beyond this competition. So when there's competitions up and that sort of thing, I'll definitely be looking at stuff that appeals to me and stuff that's on my radar. But yeah, again, I'd like to close this out by just saying thank you to everyone who's stopped by, who's participated, who's liked videos, who's commented. I get a real buzz out of actually talking to people, and so if you have any suggestions or requests or anything like that, please leave a comment, send me a message, do whatever. Hook me up on Twitter, just at abatage. All the details are in the channel's About section and at the end of each video, as well as links to other things and that sort of stuff. So thank you so much. It's great because I started making these videos and all that kind of thing just for the kick of it, like just because it's fun and because I enjoy doing it, and I thought, hey, why not, let's put it out there and contribute back to the world of video game coverage on YouTube. And it's just so much fun to think that other people are happy to view it as well and getting something out of it, and I hope you do as well. And yeah, I get a real kick out of it when people like stuff and, you know, comment and that sort of thing, and just share videos and go, hey, this is cool, yeah, rock on. Because that's kind of what the whole point is. It's just to have fun and share it all and have a good time. And if we can keep doing that, I'll be happy. So yeah, please do send me any requests or ideas or anything, or any kind of I'd like to do some perhaps collaborations and that sort of thing. It's a little bit weird talking about collaborations and that, because it's not like it's kind of a balance between channels that are trying to, you know, make it as a channel on YouTube, and I might get a bit ranty here, but let's just bear with me. Because even though I have fuck all subscribers, I think I've got like 35 at this time, and I get barely any views per each video and that kind of thing. I'm perfectly happy with that because, you know, whatever. If it keeps growing and getting bigger, that's great. But if it doesn't, I'm happy with that too. It's like my whole attitude for this whole channel is just having fun and making the most of it, and just sharing and, you know, adding to the community that I love so much, which is the video game community, and that exists on YouTube as well as in the games and that sort of thing. And it's a bit weird. Like I'm a tiny channel, and I've only got a few people who watch my stuff, but I still get messages from people saying like, "Hey man, why don't you subscribe to my channel because your stuff's really cool," and, you know, it's just like, come on man, don't try and leech bloody views and subscribers, and it's just a bit cheap, and that's not really something I'm into doing. And, you know, I hate all that, hey, follow me and I'll follow you, because it's like, well, I don't want to follow you, I don't like your videos. I generally subscribe to channels that I watch. I'm not a big one on subscribing to shit that I'm never going to watch, because what's the point? You know, it kind of defeats the purpose. And yeah, so I'd like to do some stuff with other people. I think that would be fun, but at this stage, it's a bit disingenuous sometimes, and I do get a bit tired of, I don't know, I guess the false kind of networking model that a lot of people tend to use, which is just, hey, I want to be really successful on YouTube, and hey, I want to have 1 billion subscribers, and I want to make heaps of money from monetization and all that shit, which just makes me roll my eyes. And yeah, it's a bit like, I want people to watch my stuff because they like my stuff, so thank you so much if you do watch it and you do like it. I'm all for that, that's cool. It's all about spreading the love and having a good time. I'm not a big fan of this false kind of idea that, oh, I'll just give you heaps of subscribers because that'll be good. Like, yeah, that's cool, but I don't know. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? I guess it's just one of those things. I mean, the other thing I don't like is people complaining about the whole YouTube system, so I try not to do that as well. Because there's a few people I do follow and I subscribe to, or I follow on Twitter and that sort of thing. And they're a bit bigger, but all they do is bitch about the YouTube system and people being bitches, and it's like, oh, come on, get over it. Like, have a good time and have a, you know, just build a bridge, man. But that's my rant, I guess. I think I'll stop it there before I put myself in my own shit and step on my own toes. Yeah. So basically, that's what I've got going on with this channel. That's what you can expect to get here. If you like it, cool. If you don't, that's cool. I'm easy either way. If you want to talk and have a chat and share some stuff and play some games together or that sort of stuff, I'm all for that. Hit me up. Hit me up on the Twitters, hit me up on the YouTubes, hit me up wherever you can find me. I'm pretty much abatage everywhere, so yeah, it's not too hard to locate me anywhere. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for the people who are just having fun with me and are just enjoying viewing the videos and liking them and talking to me on Twitter and commenting and that sort of thing. It's a lot of fun to know that there's other people out there who are just kind of having a good time in the same way that you are. So thank you for that, and I really appreciate it. And I'll keep making some videos, I guess. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's just my little update on everything. I don't think I'll be doing another update for a while because I'll pretty much be ticking over through December and into the next year. I've had a couple of people ask me about console games, and just as a side note, I don't do consoles on YouTube. I do PC. I'm all about PC. I've got no way of recording consoles. I have a couple, but I don't have a way of recording them, and I barely play them these days anyway because I've got a pretty decent PC to play on. and it's a lot easier for me to just hit fraps,
30 seconds
hit
left.
sound boost where I record the audio, and go ahead and play. Yeah, so thanks for that, but it's not going to happen. This is a PC-centric Master Race channel. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really having a good time, and I've talked to some really cool people, and it's all as a result of doing this, so rock and roll. Fucking love it. Catch you on the flip side. Thanks for checking out the gear. Bye.
3, 2, 1.